Boise Entrepreneur Week, welcome back to our live stream. I am really excited with my guest. I want to introduce you to one of our leaders in the community. Her name is Bobbi-Jo Meuleman. She's the CEO of the Boise Metro Chamber. Welcome to the live stream.
Thank you, Tiam.
It is so good to have you here. I cannot help but start with the gala that you just hosted, where you highlighted Trailhead and we received some proceeds from your fundraising efforts. All to say, I want to check in with you. How did the gala go? Are you happy with the outcome? And tell us a bit about the format.
Yeah, no, we were really pleased with this year's gala. We had over 900 in attendance, so that's a pretty big gala for us, and it was really fun getting to highlight Trailhead. Kind of a new theme we've taken on these past years at the Chamber with the gala is highlighting something in the community and really kind of the business perspective of it, you know, why it matters to the community and advocating for it and highlighting it. So this year we got to, as you know, highlight Trailhead and partner with you all. And so the night had a lot of lots of moving pieces, but came together very nicely. So we kicked off the evening with a fireside chat with Faisal Shah, Jason Crawford, and Christy Sosserman to really talk about kind of the history of Trailhead, how far it's come, and really the importance about it. And then we got to hear directly from some of the startups that you guys have helped be successful, such as Love Every, Earth Beverage, Selene Shoes, and then Idaho Barkery, which was really fun. And then we got to hear a pitch from some high school kids who are part of the RISE program that you all do at Trailhead, which was really cool. Heard a lot of great positive feedback on those kids. I mean, most adults couldn't stand up on stage in front of 900 people and do that, let alone high school kids. So it was really neat, I think, to show, you know, what you guys are doing to help cultivate that innovative spirit in our youth. And then we rounded out the night with a performance from LED, a very innovative dance company in the community. So it was a really fun night and heard a lot of good feedback. I think a lot of folks learned a lot about Trailhead and are pretty impressed with the cool things you guys have done and that we have a cool resource. I know I've already heard from some folks that were at the gala wanting to engage or how they can participate. So I think overall, I think we achieved our goal of the night.
Wonderful. I guess one last time, I just really want to express my gratitude. It was humbling. You know, as Trailhead, we don't typically get all this attention because the work that we do is for our founders, our business owners. And we share that with the Chamber. There's a symbiotic relationship. I touched on it during my speech. But in essence, Trailhead is in the business of creating the future members of the Chamber.
Right.
And I've noticed since you took over the Chamber and with your leadership, there have been changes at the Chamber. You spoke to the format, highlighting other organizations, which isn't very typical at a fundraiser for a nonprofit. And so the fact that you guys use your platform, your reach, and you put other organizations in front of your constituents is just priceless. So I'll say that one last time.
Thank you.
I'll probably say it again, but maybe not on live camera. So with that, help me understand a little bit more about the inner workings of the Chamber. So if I'm a member of the Chamber, for example, you know, what benefits do I get from my membership? What value do you guys provide? And then maybe also speak to those who aren't members yet and why they would join the Chamber.
Yeah, you know, I think being part of a chamber is you're part of something bigger than yourself, right? You're coming together to be part of something that represents a community. And so being part of the chamber, you're representing the business community for this valley. And within the chamber, you know, I think some things that are pretty unique is we have the tourism arm, Visit Boise, is part of the Boise Chamber, and then the business attraction arm, BVEP, Boise Valley Economic Partnership, is part of the Boise Chamber. So I think we're pretty unique in that, right? We have the advocates, like the people that get people to come here, and then we have the arm that tries to get you to move here and create jobs. And then encompassing with the chambers, we're here to support you once you're here. We're here to work on issues and advocate for our businesses on what do they need? What do they need to be successful? Is it workforce? Is it housing? Is it transportation? Is it how can we bring people together like we did with Trailhead? How can we bring our members together to highlight something that's going on and build those partnerships? And so I think what we really do at the Chamber, and if you're a member, we can help advance your business. We can help advocate for your business. We can help bring people together that might not know about your business. You highlighted on advocacy. Advocacy is a really big part of what we do.
Tell me more about that.
Yeah.
I think it's part of the Chamber's work that doesn't get a lot of attention, but
For
it's
sure.
very important. Tell me about the advocacy
For
work.
sure. You know, we're constantly asking our members, what do you need to be successful? And, you know, we often focus on those things that impact all of our businesses, right? We are a chamber of, you know, we range from like 1,900 to 2,000 members, right? So that's a big membership base, very diverse in what they do, sizes, you name it. And so it's constantly pretty consistent from a workforce perspective, right? Like, what do you need to keep growing and being successful? And we hear often it's transportation, it's education, it's housing. And so we really focus on those pillars that help all businesses. And so, you know, if it's at the state level, the local level, or at the federal level, how can we be a voice for the businesses? We just did a couple weeks ago something new for the chamber. We led a DC fly-in and took about 38 members back to Washington, D.C. to meet with our delegation and do some cool things back there, really too to show that we're a unified voice, right? We're the Boise Metro. We represent the Metro. As you know, you don't know where one city starts and stops anymore in the Valley. And so really partnering closely with our Treasure Valley partners, the Meridian Chamber was with us. We had the mayors of Boise, Meridian, Nampa, and Star came with us. And so those are some of the advocacy things too we're doing, is really partnering with our partners in the Treasure Valley to work on some of these issues. One of the things that really came to my attention when I took the chamber job 2 years ago today, which is
congratulations.
Kind of funny. Yes, isn't
That's
that
amazing.
Funny?
Yeah.
Was, you know, transportation is continuing to be an issue for us as we're growing,
So
right?
that is what you hear from your constituents.
I do. I hear a lot about transportation and housing. I'd say would probably be the top two things that are the biggest challenges that I hear about in the Valley. And so one of the things that we've done with some pretty active board members is we're going to be rolling out a transportation initiative that's going to live at the chamber here later this fall to really bring our members together on how we can help, the private sector can help partner with the public sector to advance some of our transportation needs. This is an issue that's going to just continue to grow, and we need to continue to be good partners and work on it so we can support the business community. And, you know, everyone's coming from all around the Valley to come in and out to work, and how can we kind of help keep people moving? So very excited about that.
I love it. So a couple of key takeaways here. It sounds like the scope of the chamber is more than just Boise. So you're taking, call it a regional approach, almost the Treasure Valley as a whole. And as I'm listening to you, and I'm a avid attendee of the leadership conference in Sun Valley, it sounds like what you're doing is you're listening to the pain points or growing pains of your members. And if I overlay that with the themes of the leadership conference, it's one for one. There was education, talent and talent retention. Any hint as to what topic might be next for the leadership conference?
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Is it a toss-up between a few?
No, we know what it is. We know what it is.
Share.
I can't let it roll yet. But
keep your eyes peeled for that.
I think it's something Trailhead will be very interested in. Let's say that.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. You've piqued my interest there.
Okay, good.
I think I'll attend. It's in April, right?
It's always in April. Yeah, it's a great event we do.
So, also understanding that the chamber has Visit Boise as well as what was the other one?
BVEP.
BVEP, the Boise Valley Economic Partnership. So there's a three-pronged approach, and if I were to like summarize it, so you attract, then you want to retain, and then you do some advocacy work.
And support, right? And another thing I should mention, obviously advocacy is a part of what we do at the chamber, but you know, obviously we are a convener. We convene people to help build relationships. We have amazing leadership programs at the chamber. So we have Leadership Boise, which is probably one of the things a lot of people know the chamber about, is our Leadership Boise program. Which is, you know, you're aware, but it's, you know, it are your folks that are on a path to leadership, right, within an organization. And then for the younger generation, we have Boise Young Professionals, which is you're newer in the workforce, you really are wanting to, you know, get to meet people, you're wanting to hone in on some skills, and so we have that program as well. And then we do Leadership Boise Academy, which is high school students.
Wow.
Which is a really cool program, and that's
free
to
that
kids.
One.
Yeah, it's a really neat program that we do.
So you get alongside your members essentially, and then you help them basically develop the talent that they have in-house. You know, I've been a mentor at BYP and I participate in Leadership Boise. What I've noticed is just a really cool opportunity for some of these, call them rising stars,
Right.
or maybe the rising stars of tomorrow, depending on whether it's the academy or not. And you bring them together, they get to work alongside one another, they get to network with companies
Right.
that otherwise they probably
I
wouldn't
agree.
cross paths with. And what Trailhead did one year is we hosted a pitch competition.
Oh.
And I know it might get old, but we love pitch competitions. It's kind of what we do.
Yeah.
We love it when founders get on stage and duke it out. But that was a really neat experience for me to see how the chamber brought together youth, and then let's call them well-seasoned professionals.
Yeah.
And you mashed them up really
Yeah.
into this event that then culminated in a pitch competition.
That's one of the things I really just appreciate about my members is their willingness to give back and to be mentors. And when our leadership team puts together, the summits and the Leadership Boise and BYP events, a lot of my board members, a lot of high execs, a lot of CEOs go and participate in those panels because they really believe in giving back. They really believe in lifting up the youth of tomorrow. And I just think we have a really awesome business community in this valley that's very unique. And the time and commitment that they give to give back is truly something that should be commended.
Part of that uniqueness, the theme of your gala touched on it,
Yeah.
Innovation through collaboration. And as I thought about what I wanted to say on stage, having attended a leadership conference, one thing that really came to mind was I called collaboration Boise's superpower.
Yeah, for sure.
It's we have a lot of good things going for us, and you being sort of the conduit and sitting at the cross section of business and growth, you know better than I that we rank top 10, we as a community rank top 10 in many different respects, but if I were to distill it down and what separates us, maybe call it a competitive advantage, is our willingness to
Yep.
help one another to succeed. And so in essence, that's the job description of the chamber.
Right.
You're kind of sitting at that cross section of need, your members, and then advocacy is one part, talent development is another part, attracting visitors, retaining them,
Yep.
and building business. So there's a lot going on at the chamber.
Yeah.
And if I were to ask you sort of what your outlook is for our community, maybe put half of your chamber hat on, but also just being a member of this community
Yeah.
and living here. I know we just talked about how our kids go to
Yeah.
the same school. We keep
Yeah.
crossing paths in school hallways, which is cool. But what do you see maybe for the next 12, 24 months in terms of opportunities for our community and also maybe some challenges?
I think this community we're really lucky because we have a lot going on and we're going to continue, I think, to see growth and thrive. But with that, obviously, comes the challenges, right? Growth creates challenges. And so, whereas I think, we're going to continue to see that growth, we also need to start addressing some of the challenges that come with growth, right? And so, transportation and housing are going to continue to be some of those things. And so I think we have the right people at the table. We have the right group of folks that, want to work together. I say this often, but we are so lucky in this valley too, on like a mayor level. They all want to work together. They all understand the importance of partnerships. And I talk a lot about partnerships, and I am the biggest advocate. Like, you are better together. And I think we're just in such a great spot to address some of these challenges and really continue to take advantage of the growth because everyone is willing to partner. So I'm positive for the future. I often think about it a lot. I can't imagine, have 2 boys. I can't imagine raising my kids anywhere else but here, right? Like, this area just has so much opportunity for everyone, and I really love that.
Bright outlook on the future. The silver lining there's many. I think we're blessed to have a chamber like yours because you touched on it. In other communities, mayors compete with one another. And you can go fast by yourself, but you'll go further together. You said
Right.
together you're better. And so I think that's one part of the chamber's mission that, I didn't get a lot of exposure to before I started attending your events, is how you unify the voice of the business community. You're basically the steward of the business community. And so if I am not a member currently of the chamber, and I'm considering it, I'm listening in right now, and
Yes.
something piqued my interest, how do I go about finding out more and becoming a member?
Yeah, well, thank you for that. And we would love anyone that's interested, feel free to just call the office and go on our website. You can fill out a form on our website or call the office or ping anyone on our staff, and we'd be happy to talk to you about it.
Wonderful. And just for our audience, what is the website so they can check that out?
Oh my geez, it's boisechamber.org, I believe.
Okay, Google it, you'll find out.
Yeah, if you Google it.
Hey, I really appreciate the time that you
Yes.
spent with us this morning. I know you guys had a crazy week, so did we.
Yeah.
And I heard your staff got the day off yesterday,
We
is
did.
that right?
The day of the gala, I mean, we start first thing in the morning, bringing things in, and I mean, it's just a chaotic. And then I think we got everything loaded back in the chamber at like 11, and so I've just started.
What a night.
I closed the office the next day to just kind of let everyone have the day, recoup, refocus, and now we're all back at it today.
Good leadership on your part.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming and spending time
Yes,
with
and
us.
thank you, and good luck with the week.
We'll need it.
Appreciate all you guys do.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
That's a wrap for our interview with Bobbi-Jo Meuleman. And thanks for watching BU Live. We'll be right back, but before we return, a brief word from our sponsors.